सत श्री अकाल। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सहबन गुर प्रसाद। राग सूही महला पहला चौपदे घर पहला। This is a very, very interesting paragraph where the human mind, devotion, the human body is personified or compared using the fermentation of a curd, using the formation of a curd. Stay tuned and take a listen. भांडा धोई बेस धूप देवे तो दूधे को जावे. What is the first step when you need to make curd? What do? The first step is you pick a vessel, you wash it, and you sit down and you dry it. And once it's dried and once the vessel is ready, only then tau dudhe ko jave. Only then do you go and get yourself the milk that is needed to make the curd. Just like this process, our body, our mind, our soul, our heart is that vessel. We need to wash our vessel. Wash our vessel of sins, corruptions, misdeeds, ill thoughts. Once we wash it all, we sit down, we wait, and we give it a resting period where we try and hold on to this state of cleanliness. And once cleanliness for what? Once we get rid of the doubts in our mind, of the fears in our mind, once we get rid of our own dualities, our egos, our arrogance, we become ready to accept God in our lives. And the moment we accept God in our lives, we are accepting faith, or otherwise also known as devotion. That is what the milk here is personifying. That once we become ready, we get rid of our fears, our doubts, our arrogance, our duality, our egos, we are ready to accept devotion. And that devotion is nothing but the milk that is being poured in to our mind and soul, just like it is poured into this vessel. So once the milk is poured, what do? Doodh karam fun surati samayin hoye niras jamava. In that milk, you put the essence of karam, good virtues, the good deeds, and good thoughts. Once you put your karam, virtues, good deeds, and good thoughts within that milk, you let that essence and that flavor combine with that milk, and then you forget it. Forget it as in without any expectations, without any desires, you allow it to set. Why is this important? Sometimes our expectations become very practical from God. See, instead of He being the giver, we become negotiators. We say, if you want us to believe in you, dear Lord, show us that you exist. And to show us that you exist, you give me this and that, right? Or you make this and this happen for me. You show me that you're there. Make this miracle happen. We are actually negotiating with our own maker to prove that he exists. And this is what this is in a way implying. It says that don't have expectations. Don't go on your own tangent of what faith and devotion should be. Just once that milk of devotion has entered your mind and your body, try and follow it up with good deeds, with good thoughts, with more faith, and just focus on your dharam of being a good person and your karam of doing good deeds. Don't have expectations of what the return will be or of what God will give you in return. Just keep doing on the deeds and allow for the magic of devotion to ferment within you. Japo ta eko nama. Once you start doing good deeds and you feel you need strength and courage to continue on that path, take his name. The more you take his name, that is your courage, that is your drive to continue on this path. Avar nirafal kama. Anything else that you do is futile. It is in vain. All you need to focus on is good deeds, good thoughts, and taking his name, which acts as the fuel to your thoughts and your deeds. Rahao. Eh man iti हाथ करे फुन नेत्रों नींद न आवे. Let this mind of yours, this powerful machine that God has given you, be the handles. And in your mind, when it is the handles, let your mind be that power that allows this curd to ferment. So use your mind as your handles and haath kare fun netra. All night let your mind constantly churn the curd, fermenting it bit by bit, and you do this all night, working on that curd to ferment. This does not mean that God doesn't want you to sleep at all, right? What this line means and conveys so beautifully is that once that milk of faith enters you, allow that faith to grow, allow that devotion to become stronger. How can the devotion become stronger? By controlling your thoughts, by using your mind, to think of the right thoughts and allowing the faith and the devotion to proceed and progress in the right manner. And once you do that, when it says that you don't sleep at all, it means that not even for a moment should you question your faith and devotion in the Lord, should you lose faith in him. So that is what is implied here. Once that milk enters you and you allow that milk to enter you, have faith in him. The good or the bad that happens in your life is part of your learning process. It does not mean that you lose faith in him. Keep going. Use your mind to get closer to him, to let that faith and devotion guide you to your true purpose and destiny. Rasna naam japo tab mathiye, eh bid amrit pavo. Once you allow your mind to actually take his name in a way that you get the flavor, the ras, the essence, the beauty, you understand, you get the taste of his devotion and you can feel the taste of his devotion on your tongue, it means you are accepting him and you're getting closer to him. And once that happened, keep in mind that that is the amrit that you are wanting. That is the path to your salvation. Get closer to him and get closer to that nectar that you are running here and there to achieve. Man sampat jit sat sarnavan, Bhavan pati tripti kare. Man nu sampat. Put your your mind in completely and wash it with the satsar, with the sarovar, with the water of truth. The moment you cleanse your mind with devotion and faith, and you put yourself and you submit yourself completely to Him, your mind is cleansed. It is cleansed and it receives a clarity of truth. And once that happens, what happens? Navan Bhavan Pati Tripti Kare. You are able to become that vessel, that patra. You are able to be a clean and a pristine vessel and submit yourself to that Lord, because you have reached and proved to yourself and even to Him of your devotion to Him. And once you give yourself and submit yourself to Him, He is happy and satisfied. Tripti kare. Puja pran sevak je seve. In bidh Sahib ravat rahe. You can do your pujas, your devotion. So your puja, your life, your service to Him are all gifts that you give Him. And in bid Sahib ravat rahe. And these are just bath and services that you give Him, so that you remain His servant, so that He remains His master to you. Once you keep yourself busy in serving Him, then nothing else can come to your mind and you cannot get distracted. And that devotion and that milk has only one way to go, which is ferment and make that curd of devotion to Him. कह दे कहे कहे कह जावे तुम सर अवर ना कोई. The people and those in love with you keep on talking and speaking and praising that there is no one like you. And as I am getting closer to you, as my milk is beginning to ferment, I am hearing those praises. I am hearing that affection. Not only am I hearing it, dear Lord, I am feeling that affection. I am feeling your power and I'm feeling your presence within me. And your presence and your power is so great that even if someone is bhakti-heen, someone without devotion, Nanak jan jampe ho salahi sacha soi. And even if someone is without devotion, with your grace, you allow them to listen to this true word of yours, this praise, this affection of true love to you, so that they may course correct themselves and put within them that milk which is the first step, that milk of acceptance to you, that can then lead to devotion and faith, and eventually fermentation and the curd and the love which holds us and brings us closer to you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.